Lying in my bed, I hear the clock tick and think of you, caught up in circles. Confusion is nothing new. Flashback, warm nights almost left behind. A suitcase of memories. Time after, sometimes you picture me. I'm walking too far ahead, you're calling to me. I can't hear a word you said, then you say go slow. I fall behind. The second hand unwinds. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time, if you fall, I will catch you, I'll be waiting. Time after time, time after time, time after time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time, if you fall, I will catch you, I'll be waiting. Time after time, time after time, time after time, time after time. Hi everybody. Welcome back to my house. Back to East LA. It's good to see everybody. Thanks for being here and hanging out. Hold up with your requests for a second because I won't take them quite yet, but I'm glad to see them. And let me just catch you up a little bit on what I've been doing, and then I'll answer your questions and I'll take your requests and all that stuff. So my family and I went on a trip, right? It was the longest trip I've ever been on, ever, and we had so much fun. We started in New York City, and then we went up north. We hit Niagara Falls, which was amazing. We rode that boat, the Maid of the Mist, right up to the falls. And I'll tell you, I kind of thought they would be bigger. I don't know why. Like when I got up to it, because I'm a little crazy, but when I got up to them, what I said was, because we just heard that like not very long ago there was a 7-year-old boy who went over in a life jacket and survived. Like he didn't mean to, he fell. And when I got up to it, I was kind of like, if you put me in a suit, I think I'd be okay. But anyway, I thought they just looked amazing, and it was crazy. If you ever go there, you have to do that. You ride the boat Made of the Mist, and you just get, I mean, you wear a plastic thing, so you don't, like a poncho, so you don't get soaked, but I mean, you get really misty. It was so fun. And then we drove through Ohio, made some stops, and got to Chicago, and I got to sit in at the Green Mill in Chicago. That was really cool. I mean, not to skip over the Jacob Collier stuff in New York, but I think I've already talked about it a lot. You guys know how stoked I was about that. That was amazing. And thank you, too, for like sharing the videos and everything to get the word out about Jacob. My favorite thing is when somebody said, I never heard of him, which is crazy, until I saw him here. That it's a little nuts, but it happens. And yeah, my kind of town too. I loved it. We had such a good time there, and I met Eric Schneider, who ran the jam session. He was really cool. And then we came down toward Kansas City. We spent a couple days in Kansas City. I didn't hear any music in Kansas City. There was some stuff going on, but we were pretty sleepy by the time we got there. And yeah, heck yes, I survived God's country, Philip. It was amazing. And we went to Missouri too, and we spent some time on on Grandpa's farm. That was so cool. And then we flew home, got home at like, shout out to the LNS squad from England. You got it, buddy. And flew home, got home at like 4 or 5, and then in the afternoon, and then I flew out the next morning to go teach at a jazz camp in South Carolina. So that's where I've been for the past 3.5 days. And that was really cool too. It was a busy trip, and I left out tons of stuff. We did a lot. But man, I had such a good time in South Carolina the last couple of days, and hopefully you saw my video too with Nikki Parat. The two of us met in the morning. We taught 2 classes together. First, she sat in on a class that I taught, and she was just lovely. I mean, she's like way better known than I am, and done a whole lot more, played with a whole lot of people and everything. But I had to teach the first class, and she just kind of took a back seat and sat there. And were you there, Gina? Thanks. And then I would say, Nikki, do you have any thoughts about this? And she would nail it, like just say like the perfect thing. And then I sat on her class and took a back seat, and so kind of right off the bat, like, I knew that she was awesome and humble and helpful, and then hopefully she found that out about me too, hopefully. And then we had like a little 40-minute rehearsal, and then we played a little gig together, just 3 songs. You guys saw it on the. It was at the Jazz Corner, which is a wonderful jazz club in South Carolina, and I think if you're ever there, that's the place to go. It's run by some lovely people, Lois and Kelly and Dave, and I think they've been running it for like 15 years, maybe even longer. I can't remember what they said. And they have amazing food, and they treat everybody really nicely. They're like good to the artists, and I've never felt so like loved and accepted at a club. So that was cool. And then I got to play one more fun. I got to play another fun concert. Thank you. Just 2 nights ago, Thursday night. At this fancy country club, and I played with some local musicians, some really good guys that I got to know, and I'll probably put up a couple of tracks from that, but the sound is bad and the lighting's bad, and it's kind of hard when you get somewhere you're like, where am I going to put my camera, and then you feel kind of silly. But anyway, I got it. It's just doesn't sound so great, so we'll see about that. And I got to teach some fun classes too. I got to teach the whole camp. And my focus was, they were kids. They were middle schoolers and high schoolers for the most part. So we focused on being able to play simple melodies by ear. And it went well. I think it went really well. It was fun. I wore my Freakin' Swing t-shirt. Is that what you're talking about? Oh man, I was lucky to be with those kids too. Cool kids in South Carolina. They all got these accents. I guess I have an accent too. They have a different accent than me, and fun kids to hang out with. We ate like burritos together and stuff. It was awesome. All right, should we get to some requests? How's the sound? I want to make sure the sound is okay. I know I need a pop filter. I just haven't bought one yet. Piano loud enough? If I play loud, does it cut out? Is there too much echo, Philip? Do you want me to get rid of some reverb? Is it all right? It's better than before? Good. Oh, good. Will you guys tell me if it's ever not? The piano's fine? Wonderful. There is some reverb in my voice. Hopefully it's the right amount. We'll see. Ooh, should we start with Limehouse Blues? That's a good idea, Bob Taylor. And then if I miss yours, or if I'm playing while you request it, just wait and then request it when I'm done. And that'll be the best way, I think. My story of the falls made you think of Misty. I wasn't thinking of the song Misty when I was under those falls. I was mostly thinking about Jim and Pam from The Office. I was like, we're right here where Jim and Pam got married. Crazy. John. John, I forgot to tell you guys, he's in here, he's moderating, and boy, he's on it. So look out. He's the best. Everybody say hi to John. He's in the kitchen. Hey, John. Next request. What did I see? Oh my gosh, that was a really long thing about diminished chords. They're coming fast, you guys. Oh, and my piano's out of tune, so I apologize for that. I need to get it tuned. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. That's a good one. And then I'll play everything I know. I'll play that I see. So I don't care about the genre. I never do. And the next one I saw was Joy Spring. But it's been a while. I might mess it up. Because I think I sing it in C. This is where I'll mess up. No, I'll mess it up. I have to work it out for a second. Who knows? Who knows? There it is, C sharp. Let me try again. No, it wasn't C sharp, you guys. You caught me. You caught me. What is it in G? It's all right. It's all right. You caught me. I wasn't ready for Joy Spring. But let's do another one. All the things you are, that's a good idea. You are the promised kiss of springtime that makes the lonely winter seem long. I also feel rusty. Marry Me, Bill. I like that song. How's that go? Always will, but am I ever gonna hear those wedding bells, right? I got the wedding bell blues. I love you so, I always will. Yeah, that's a kind of a cool song. You could probably make a nice arrangement of that. Oh, thank you, Mr. Shank. I appreciate that. I did. Oh, you enjoyed my trip. That's nice to hear. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she pretty? Less than 1 minute old. I never thought that love could be making one as lovely as she. It's so very lovely, made from love. John says my vocal mic should come down just a little bit. Do you guys agree? And is this better? And let's do Moon River. That was a good idea. I have a new intro for this that I made up a couple months ago. La da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. Thanks, Chris. La da da da, la da da da. Thank you, Collie. I will do that. Moon River, wider than a mile. I'm crossing you in style someday. Dream maker, you heartbreaker. Wherever you're going, I'm going your way. Is the mic better now? I'm not singing quite as loudly as I was. Somebody requested a song that I wrote, and that's always nice. It's called You Give Love from my first album, which was Up Till Now. It's available on iTunes and everything. In a fast-paced world where people like to play it smart and hardly ever give their hearts or fall too hard. Thank you, Arthur. You give love, love so sure and so exciting. Never ending, and you always are attending to everything I need. In this crazy world where people run around all day and never take the time to say what's in their hearts. You take time to hold me oh so tight. You give me love all through the night and kiss me tenderly in this crazy world. Good. Somebody said I'm still clipping. Only one person said that. Am I still clipping? Yes, it is the jazz waltz that I wrote. Thanks, Brenda. Yeah, I can play desafinado. Thank you, Neo World. Love is like a never-ending melody. Poets have compared it to a symphony. A symphony conducted by the lighting of the moon. But our song of love is slightly out of tune. Once your kisses raised me to a fever pitch. Now the orchestration doesn't seem so rich. Seems to me you've changed the tune we used to sing. Quisto bossa nova, I don't really know it. We used to harmonize two souls in perfect time. But now the song is different and the words don't even rhyme. 'Cause you forgot the melody our hearts would always croon. And so what good's a love that's slightly out of tune? Everybody's so nice for saying hi to John. what do I think about Adam Neely was a good question. When I was on my trip, I had to drive a lot, especially in South Carolina. I had to drive all by myself. I was staying in a town called Bluffton, which was like 25 minutes from Hilton Head Camp where I was at. So every day I had to at least drive 40 minutes, and I kind of took turns watching Adam Neely, Rick Beato, and June Lee on my drives. And I think it's cool. I think I really like Adam's new video called How to Not Suck at Jazz. I do say obrigada. John is fluent in Portuguese, so if you guys want to, say hello to him in Portuguese, you could totally do that, and Spanish. His video about how not to suck at jazz is cool. He let people write into him and tell him, send examples of their playing, and then he kind of picked some and critiqued them, and it was nice. And I really like, there was a kid who played My Funny Valentine on his guitar. Did you guys hear it? And I'm sure he was just trying to be really creative and everything, but he made a good mistake, and Adam did a good critique of it. But so he did something like this. Something like that, and Adam was like, all right off the bat, I know that you don't know the words to this tune because what you just played wasn't My Funny Valentine. Am I still clipping, Chris? Yeah, I guess I do. Sorry. I know the teeniest bit makes the biggest difference, so I just turned it down another tiny bit. And he was like, the way you played it was kind of, oh, thank you, you guys. Thanks for the reassurance. Reassurance is not a word. Reassurance. You were like, my funny Valentine. Like he copied him a little bit to show that sometimes letting notes sustain so that it's like you're playing the lyric is really nice. So I thought that was cool. And he did some more great critiques about telling people how not to get like carpal tunnel syndrome or whatever, tendon problems, which was cool. And I also really like Adam's, was it a live that he did? I can't remember. No, it wasn't live, but he talked about negative harmony, which is cool, which is something, isn't it so cool that the, oh man, what was his name, John? I want to say Eugene Levy, but that's an actor. John, what was his name? Do you remember? The guy who wrote the book that taught Jacob, about negative harmony. He can't remember either. Let's call him Eugene Levy. You guys will know. And his book is like, it sold like 1,000 copies in a week. Ernst Levy, thank you. That's what it is. I got Eugene. He's the guy from all the. Ernst Levy. Yes, they got it, John. Thanks. It's the guy from all the Christopher Guest movies that I love, right? With the eyebrows. I like that guy too. Maybe he wrote a book about negative harmony and we just haven't read it yet. There's a pretty good, yeah, A Mighty Wind. That's right. Maybe we just haven't read it yet. Anyway, Adam describes it kind of like, well, maybe it was Ernst Levy that described it like a plant grows up, but it also has roots that go down, and so to every chord or every harmony or melody for that matter, there's an inverse, something that's the opposite of it. So that was cool. I think if you'd like to wrap your head around the stuff Jacob has been talking about and that Ernst Levy wrote in his book, you should watch Adam's video too. I can't remember what it's called, but it was really good and it helped me. Alina, you just like me to improvise just anything? I'll do it. I'll do it. How about if I just sing? Am I your puppet, Michael? There you go. And let's do, that's a good idea. A day in the life of a fool, a sad and a long, lonely day. I walk the avenue in hopes I'll run into a boy that I once knew along the way. And yeah, it did start like with a little bit of Bach, didn't it? They say that falling in love is wonderful. It's wonderful, they say. It's wonderful. It's wonderful, they say. I don't know all the words to that one. We're on a bossa nova kick, aren't we, or a samba kick? Let's do. We can do the one-note samba. That's fine. Well, this is just a little samba built up on one single note. Other notes are bound to follow, but the root is still that note. Now the new one is the consequence of the one we've just been through, as I'm bound to be the unavoidable consequence of you. There's so many people who can talk and talk and talk and just say nothing or nearly nothing. I have used up all the skills and all, but in the end have come to nothing or nearly nothing. So I come back to this first note as I must come back to you. I will pour into this one note all the love I feel for you. Anyone who wants the whole show, re mi fa sol la ti do, he will find himself with no show. Better play the note you know. John, are you saying my name for a reason? John, do you need me? He always does. Just kidding. Maybe. No, okay. Somebody spelled my name wrong. That's okay. I'm used to that. Totally used to that. You want to know a funny story about that? I'll tell you a funny story. So my mom and dad only named me Amy and spelled it that way because they saw it in a book and liked it. So that's how I got my name. It wasn't because it's from the French or anything like that. They just thought it was cool and they got it from a book. And then they got my middle name from a book too. And then my mom couldn't remember how to spell it in the hospital. So when they were, filling out everything for my birth certificate, she spelled the name wrong to them, and now my middle name has a weird spelling that is just wrong, and that's what it is. Yeah, so you want to know what it is, and I'll just go ahead and tell you. It's Letitia. How about that? Sometimes I make a joke and say that I'm half black. But that's it. They just liked it from a book. Like, it wasn't anything. And then my mom spelt it wrong. And yeah, John just spelt it right there. L-E-T-E-T-I-A. And it looks exactly like Letitia. And then my maiden name was Fackrell. As if that isn't, abusive enough already. Yeah, F-A-C-K-R-E-L-L. So Amy Letitia Fackrell. And then I graduated from college, and I was married by that point, so I added the Nolte. And then they announced my name coming out, to get my diploma, and they said, Aimé Letitia Fackrell Nolte. They got all four things absolutely wrong. So I'm just used to it, and I don't care. If people ever misspell my name, I just don't even correct them because it's all right. It's too much to talk about. Is that crazy? Yeah. Shall we do another one? Yes, you've asked for Kiss from a Rose a few times, and I can probably pull that one out. Ooh, the more you get from me, the more I get of you. I think it's the second. The stranger it feels, yeah. Now that your rose is in bloom, the light hits the gloom on the grave. La da 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 do 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 do. La da 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 do do do. Right? I think that's right. What about that? How sometimes it's minor and sometimes it's major. That's kind of cool. No, Amy, you stepped out of a dream. I did not, but you did. I haven't played that forever. Ooh, I'm right in the cracks, aren't I, right there? You, G flat, stepped out of a dream. You are too wonderful to be wonderful. I haven't played it in too long or sang it in too long. I can hear Ella singing it in my head. Could there be eyes like yours? Could there be lips like yours? Could there be eyes like yours? Honest and truly, you stepped out of the cloud. I wanna take you away from the crowd, and have you all to myself. Ooh, that's rough. That's a cool tune. I should totally learn that tune. I'm gonna make a little mental note. Learn that tune. It'd be fun to improvise on too, if I knew it. Do favorite things, please? You got it, Swag Lord, 42069. It's pretty much the best name I've seen in here yet. A minor. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens. Bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens. Brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes. Snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes. Silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. I'm clipping again. Can I play There's a Bathroom on the Right? All day I play There's a Bathroom on the Right. I feel a bad moon arising. I see trouble on the way. Don't come out tonight, or you're bound to lose your life. Everybody, there's a bathroom on the right. There's a bathroom on the right. Maybe it depends how you're listening, if you hear clipping or not. Maybe, I wonder, who keeps saying I'm clipping? Who keeps saying I'm freaking clipping? Are you listening in earbuds, headphones? Maybe that's the difference. Could be. I don't know. Well, you're welcome for Bathroom on the Right. What are some other misheard lyrics? I know one. Hold me closer, Tony Danza, and count the headlights on the highway. Right? Hold me closer, Tony Danza. That's one. Santa Claus is coming to town. That's not a misheard lyric. I don't know Song of the Swamp. Is that really a song? Matthew? Excuse me while I kiss the guy. Oh yeah. Excuse me while I kiss this guy. Shower the horse. I'm done. Oh my gosh. What does that mean? What does that mean? Shower the horse? Is that a misheard lyric? That's called a mondegreen? Really? Misheard lyrics? I don't know that. I didn't know that. There's a great recording by Louis Armstrong called Song of the Swamp. I'll have to look it up. And sure, let's do A Nightingale Sang. That's a good idea. Martha Stewart washes donkeys? What is that a misheard lyric of? Oh my gosh. I love it. But what is it of? Did she ever wash donkeys on her show? She might have. It's on her calendar, Mike. Oh. Right after making candles and showing you how to fold a fitted sheet, she's going to wash some donkeys. What is it, though? If that's a misheard lyric, I have to know what it is. Martha Stewart washes donkeys. What's it sound like? Martha Stewart washes donkeys. I don't know. I can't figure it out. You got to tell me. Oh, my gosh. I know. The stream's getting weird. I'm sure she washed a lot of donkeys. I'm not saying. Oh my gosh. Do you remember what she called, in the nude, do you remember what she called when she was in jail? She called it Yale. She was like, when I was in Yale, every day I would get to take a walk. That's called recreation time. And I would pick lovely greens for my salad. Those are called dandelion greens, right? In Yale, when I was in Yale, the chair is not my son. The chair, Steve, really? But the chair is not my son. I could see that. I could see that. You want to hear Just Us from my album? I'll try. I mess up when I try to play that one unless I practice it for a second. Keeping the faith. We're talking about donkeys and Martha Stewart. That's what we're talking about. So yeah, that's the beginning of my tune, Just Us. And you know, the problem with Just Us is I wrote it in a... Who are you gonna call? Oh my gosh. I don't swear. I'm not saying that. That's hilarious though. I wrote Just Us in the wrong key. I wish I would have written it in G minor. But I didn't. Arthur's Theme, that's a cool tune, Brenda. Let's do that one. I don't know all the words. Once in your life you find her. I used to tune my own piano taco, and I realized that I suck at it, so I don't anymore. I get it tuned every 3 weeks, but it's going on 5 right now. Even though you left her way across town, wander into yourself. No, wander into yourself. Hey, what have I found? La da 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 do da 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 da. No. What is it? When you get caught, D major, between the moon and New York City, I know it's crazy. Oh, let me try again. When you get caught, okay, so that sounds like the 4 chord. Between the moon and New York City, it is. I know it's crazy, but it's true. that you can do is fall in love. That's cool. So it's like an A major, but then it goes to C. That would be fun to improvise over. B flat, E, A. I tried a Lydian scale on the A major chord. It doesn't sound good because it is a pop tune at heart, isn't it? Sometimes you try those kind of things and they just don't quite work. Even though it was the one chord. Maybe if I thought about it a little bit, it would work. Anyway, that's a cool tune, Brenda. Thank you for that. Hi, Gina. Nice to see you. You were improving right along? Improving or improvising? I'm going to think you were improvising right along. I'm glad. Yeah, that's a cool tune. Somebody ought to do it. Somebody ought to cover it. I believe that the hot dogs go on. A Celine Dion misheard lyric. Hot dogs does sound like heart. Let's try it. I like it. Once more you open the door and you're here in my heart and my hot dogs go on and on. That's the best. That's the best. My hot dogs go on and on. Absolutely, it dogs. Thank you for that one. Oh my gosh. I should check out Cal Jader. I love Cal Jader. Cal Jader gets a lot of airtime on Sirius XM Real Jazz. I love A Million Years Ago by Adele. That's the one I did a video about, isn't it? That sounds like MASH in Autumn Leaves, right? I miss my something. Oh, I miss my friends. I miss my mother. I miss it when life was a story to be sung. But that was a million years ago. Yeah, that's a beautiful song. I love that. Alfie. Alfie I don't know very well, and I need to know it because it's maybe one of the most requested pop songs. Right? That's so nice. It is so pretty. Overjoyed. I think I could do that one. Over time, I've been building my castle of love, just for two. I'll mess up the words. Da da do dee da do 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 dee do dee da da do wee da do dee. Yeah, I gotta think that one out a little bit too. Da da do 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 dee da do 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 do, like that, right? Do do dee da. I do that one sometimes. Sometimes if people request that and I'm with my trio, I'll do a duet with my guitar player Mike Scott, who everybody should check out. Mike Scott, he's the best. Like, I'm starting to travel a little bit and play with other people, you know. I'm so glad when I come home to Mike Scott. he's my man, my guitar player. If you don't have his album called Fallen Peach, I'm just gonna absolutely endorse it right here. Can he shred, Taco? He can shred just as good as Martha Stewart's Donkey. It's really good. Ooh, that's a good one, Amy. In this world of ordinary people, extraordinary people, I'm glad there is you. In this world where many people play love and hardly any stay in love, I'm glad there is you. I live to love, I love to live with you beside me. This road so new, I'll muddle through with you to guide me. In this world where many people play love and hardly any stay in love, I'm glad there is you. More than ever, I'm glad there's you. I haven't played that in so long. See what I just did right there? That's a common mistake. I heard it a lot at the jazz camp. I accidentally landed on the... What did I do? What did I land on? Do you guys hear it? I landed on a bad note at the worst place. Do you know? Do you know what I landed on? I forget what I did. Something like... I did that, just for a second. What is it? Do you guys know? It's a C chord with my left hand. Knocking it out for you right there. It sounded fine to Taco. Well, Taco, you know, we're learning about you, and that doesn't surprise me yet. Nobody, yes, I played an F, Jesus, that's right. Yeah, Brenda, it's an F. And what degree is it on that? Yeah, ouch. Oh, it wasn't ouch about the F, it was ouch about my slam of you right now, Taco. Fa, yeah, that's right. What's your name? Ubrajara. Fa, yeah, 4. You don't want to land on the 4 on the 1 chord. And if you do exactly what Brenda just said. Yeah, like that. You correct it. That's a good fix. So we've got fa, di, mi, re, do, ti, la, si, so. That's a good fix. It's a 4th fix. Maybe we should do a video. Maybe I should do a video about the 4th fix. Not like, people might think it's the 4th thing you need to fix or something. No, it's the 1st thing you need to fix. If you land on the wrong note, do it with, no, John, you can't land on that 4 with conviction unless you've got a plan. I mean, yeah, it's the avoid note. That's right, double bass, bass, bass. And I know, Miles did say there are no wrong notes, but I'm live right now, and I'm here to tell you that I did not mean to do that. And if I did it in one of my videos, if I was improvising for you in one of my videos, you can bet I would cut it right out and do it again. Why do people say that I look like the young Princess Leia? Oh my gosh. I don't know why I don't really like that, but I don't. But it's okay. I know that she's like, people love her. So that's okay. Arabian Nights, are you talking about from Aladdin? I don't want to do it. Can I play Virtual Insanity? I would like to be able to play Virtual Insanity. I love that song. I know I'm missing something. Maybe that. Does it do that? I don't know. I don't know what it does. That's a cool song, though. Jamiroquai is awesome. And if I could dance like Napoleon Dynamite to it, I would do that, too. What is that I'm playing? It's Virtual Insanity by Jamiroquai. Anything from the Oh Brother, Where Art Thou soundtrack? I love that soundtrack. I was all over that soundtrack when it came out. And it's because of my roots, because of my grandpa who played the guitar. And he taught me, let's see, I don't know all the words to it, but I know of a friend named Rabblin' Bob. He used to steal, bad key. I know of a guy named Ramblin' Bob. He used to steal, gamble and rob. He thought he was the smartest guy around. But I found out last Monday that Bob got locked up Sunday. He's headed for the jailhouse way downtown. He's in the jailhouse now. He's in the jailhouse now. Well, I told him once or twice to stop playing cards and his shooting dice. He's in the jailhouse now. I love that song. And if you check out the video of my family, on our road trip video, we sang I'll Fly Away. And my kids learned that song from the recording from the Oh Brother, Where Art Thou soundtrack. Thank you, Brenda. I think if I was in a different key, I could have yodeled a little better. My grandpa always wanted me to be a better yodeler. He's still alive. And I'm sure that if he knew, because he doesn't really get it, but if he knew that I had that I'm doing okay on YouTube and stuff, it probably wouldn't impress him very much unless I could become a good yodeler. I think it's all he ever wanted from me. Oh, thank you, Alex. Anybody? Oh, I can see what time it is. We've been going for 52 minutes. It's quite a long time, isn't it? That's your favorite? Oh, I'll Fly Away is your favorite song from that movie? I do know some Michel Legrand, John, and I would love to play something by Michel Legrand for you. My favorite marriage of, well, Marilyn and Alan Bergman, and of lyricist and composer, those guys right there. Michel Legrand and Marilyn and Alan Bergman. And I like so many. The first one I ever learned was probably What Are You Doing the Rest of Your Life? And very little known story, that's the song that John proposed to me with. He sang it to me. So that one's special. And then I learned The Summer Knows. The Go-Between, I don't know that one, Hugo. And I love The Summer Knows, and that came from a movie that I haven't ever seen called The Summer of 42 that I always, what a cool guy. He is a cool, cool guy. Yeah, I don't know The Go-Between. I'll have to look it up. It's a great song, but a bit scary. Oh, like for the commitment issues, Hugo? Are we learning about you now? Hugo's like, the rest of her life? No, let's talk about maybe a few months. I got you now, Hugo. I will check out The Go-Between, and if you email me, I'll remember it, or John might write it down, because sometimes he's a hero like that. You want to know what a hero John is? Oh my gosh. I flew in, I got in from South Carolina last night to LAX at 5:08. No, but it was a little early. I'm learning that. Flying back from the East Coast, you get a tailwind or something, so you're always like 20 minutes early. And so I was a little early, but John didn't get to me until about 5:15. And so he drove all the way from our house, which is a good 2 hours to LAX in traffic. He got me at LAX and then zoomed over to my gig in La Cañada. Got me there on time, 6:30, and I played a gig last night. And he sat there and listened to me the whole night and read his book. Who's your book by, John? Maybe you have some super smart people in here that'll know who's your book by. What's my favorite memory of the camp? My favorite memory of the camp, that's a nice question. Oh, it's by Zizek. That's John's favorite philosopher. Any Zizek? I don't know if I said Zizek, right? Any fans in here? John, you might make a friend. My favorite memory, I do have a favorite memory. This is what it was. I was listening to somebody's big band rehearsal, because they asked me to do that, to like go around to other people's classes and just like observe and help where I could. So there were these girls, and I didn't know it, but they were triplets. These 3 cutie pies. I found out later they were in the 8th grade, but they played trumpet and clarinet. I think 2 of them played clarinet, 1 of them played trumpet. And they were all sitting by each other, and they were playing their charts, and they all had to improvise over a blues. I think they were playing Blue Train. And I could tell that all of them had a scale written out. Triplets, 1 of each. John B., do you know that joke? Oh my gosh. That's funny. Yeah, that's a funny joke. And anyway, they were doing that kind of thing. They were landing on the 4 on the 1 chord, stuff like that, because I could tell they just had a scale written out at the top of their page, and they were just playing notes from the scale and in no particular order at all. So I just snuck in there while the director was working with the rhythm section, and I had my pen, and I just said, you guys, I was like, you're playing good notes, but I'm just going to make a little note. So over F7, I put the note B flat, and I drew a circle around it and crossed it out. I was like, you don't want to land on the B flat when you're on this F7 chord. And then I did the same thing on the B flat 7 chord. I drew an E flat and made a circle around it with a thing, like don't play the E flat. I was like, any of the other notes are going to be pretty good if you land on them. And then I like highlighted a couple notes that would be good if they landed on. And then I just went my way, and I sat down next to a bunch of little kids to eat chicken Caesar salad wraps at lunchtime, and we were all shooting the breeze, and then they all left me because they had somewhere to go. And I was by myself for about 1 second before one of those triplets came and sat down right across from me. She just sat down and did this. And I was like, how are you doing? And she goes, I just wanted to tell you that nobody ever tried to help me with improvising anymore, or before. And she goes, and you taught me right there in that minute more than anybody ever took the time to show me. And then another girl who looked exactly like her came right up, and then another girl who looked exactly like her came right up, and I learned all about those girls who were from a teeny tiny town in South Carolina. They've got an oak tree in their front yard and a pine tree in their backyard, and their mom really wants to hire somebody to tear those trees out because she's so afraid that the next hurricane's going to come and wipe out one of their rooms and the other one of their rooms. Anyway, I found out all about them. That was my favorite moment, was chatting with those triplets. They were awesome. And I've just got a minute and a half left before it's an hour, so I think I'll wrap up. Question or song? Hi, Jonathan. Hiromi's wonderful, but don't ask me to play anything that she plays. The poor trees. Taco, is that you? Taco says the hippie's going to be upset. Oh my gosh. I already talked about what's wrong with the 4th collie. You have to just back it up a little. Back it up, collie. When you play the replay. I don't know, when did that happen? Like 10 minutes ago? I don't know when it happened. Sunny. People are saying sunny and sunny side of the street. I never thought of it before, but we could do some kind of a mashup between those songs, perhaps, couldn't we? Can I play Afro-Cuban music? I'm not like well-versed in it, Anthony, but I'd like to think that I have a good ear, and sometimes I try to launch into a groove like that and pull it off, but I wouldn't teach it or anything. Hey, Mike. Hi, Mike Zinkus. Mike Zinkus and I rival each other for the best Kermit the Frog voice, but that's for another day. Oh, Alex, I wish I was your stepmom too. We can do that, you know. No, we probably can't, but you could shoot me a note now and then. Sunny side of the street and sunny. Let's think about both of them for a second. You could consider it a suspended fourth. Yes, we talked about that. Elder, is that your name? We talked about that. And you can resolve it, and there are things to do. There are things to do. But another day, and maybe another video. I could teach you bebop, you could teach me Afro-Cuban. All right, deal, buddy, deal. Oh, you're welcome, Richard. Thank you for being here. You can try to make a diminished chord behave like a tonic. Is that what you're saying with the... Yeah, you could do something like that. I'd have to think that out too, though. Okay, Sunny. Sunny is a... Oh, and I'm singing it in G minor, and I know that I can sing Sunny Side of the Street in E flat major, so we can get there. That's a good idea. Sunny, I don't know it. One more run at it. Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worries on the doorstep. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. Can't you hear the pitter pat? And that happy step is your step. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with my blues on parade. Taco, you're my favorite. I'm not afraid. This rover crossed over. If I never had a cent, I'd be as rich as Rockefeller. Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street. Is that what you meant, Taco? Like just like Christina Aguilera. Yeah, just like her. Thank you, everybody. And if you didn't get to hear my duet with Nikki Parrott singing The Sunny Side of the Street, go check that out. It was just one video ago, and man, it's the most fun I've had in a super long time. Nikki, she's my new BFF, and I text her all the time. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, man, I had a great time with Nikki. And oh my gosh. Do I have a guilty pleasure music I listen to? Taco, I'm not answering any more of your questions. Nothing. But thank you for making this video a lot more interesting. All right, everybody. I will see you next time on Amy Nolte Music with, oh man, what's my next video? I think I've got a video called Be Excellent to Each Other coming up. I'm going to shoot it at a surprise location. Guess the location and I'll send you a free PDF. Email me. Okay, bye.